How you guys doing out there? My name is Kenneth. I'm the creator of Crystal Edge Technology projection screens using smart technology gains. Okay, so this is a bit of an update, and I'm adding some other things, some more information on how we paint and design our screens. Now, we don't hang our screens up when we paint them due to the fact that, number one, you have to put on multiple applications in order to do this because you don't want the paint to actually have run marks in the screen. So we lay our screens flat on the floor and we tape them down. Now, what I want to show you right here is when you get your screen, you're going to have a little edge on the corner that's not painted. The reason why that's not painted is because this is where we tape the screen down. Now, this is not going to affect your screen in any way because you're going to fold your screen over a frame, or you're going to basically decide you're going to glue it, or you're going to basically tape it down or staple it to a piece of plywood. You're going to run a border around the screen. So this right here is the area of the screen that is the playroom. Now, when I mean the playroom, this is the area of the screen. These screens are cut a little bit larger because you have to have some playroom to be able to fold your screen over the frame, and that way you don't take away a lot of your picture away. So they give you a little bit. They don't cut the screen to size. They cut the screen like if it's they cut the screen a little bit larger, so that way you can fold the screen over the side, or you can basically cut it or trim it however way you want to do it. So they give you an inch more on the screen. Now, this screen right here is coated with the Crystal Edge Technology chemical, and these are actually going out to customers pretty soon. On the floor we have the big 177 screens, and I think there's a 120 over there right there. All right, so one of the beautiful things about our screens are the fact that we give you the ability to be able to build your own high performance projection screen without an insane cost behind it. And you know, some of these 100-inch screens, just a 100-inch screen on the market, will cost you an easy $1,000, $2,000, even $5,000 just for the 100-inch screen. And these screens are plagued, these high-end screens are plagued with a lot of interesting problems, as in, you know, you can't have your projector positioning on the floor, you can't have certain color walls, these screens turn dark if you try to view them on an angle. Other problems that are plagued with these screens is the fact that, we're not say plagued with it, but tradition that these screens have, and all screens, is they will charge you extra if the screen is in a widescreen format. They will charge you extra. The higher the gain, the more expensive the screen, so they'll charge you extra on that. And also too, they will charge you extra on color. With our screens, we don't charge you extra on color. You get 3 free options, which is the dark silver, ultra light silver 3D, and the dark silver. That's a free option. Our screens are all embedded with one code, which has the smart technology gain, which means you will not be paying for a more expensive screen due to the fact that the screen has a higher gain. So all the stuff that you've ever heard when you go into these forum sites and they tell you have to go through this little restriction and that restriction and this restriction in order to have to execute a perfect screen. Our screens are pretty much foolproof. No pros are needed. You look at my environment, it's not a professional setting. I have my projector sitting on the floor. There's my screen, and it's going to look, when I take the what's blocking the lens, you're going to see exactly how amazing these screens are. Now, I had people ask me, like, how hard is it to build a frame? Frames are very easy to build. Now, this is a frame that I'm building for a new screen that we're calling the Crystal Edge Technology Flexible 4K. It's a new material that we're working with, and this is the frame that I'm building. Frames are very easy to build. So go to Home Depot or Lowe's, get your wood strips. This one's about 7 across and about 4 down. You get your strips, and what you want to do is get these L brackets right here, and you want to bracket them. When you bracket them, you want to put them as close as possible because you want to leave enough room for your blackout cloth you're going to have overlapping, or your neon lights, on however way you're going to do it. Now, really cool trick. Some people put the L brackets on this side, on the other side. You can do it that way, but sometimes if you're using the blackout cloth, you're pulling it over. You don't want the imprint showing up. So what you do is, a cool trick is you get a set of these right here, okay, and you actually put those right up in the corner, so that supports your frame from here to the side, so your frame doesn't wobble back and forth, and it won't leave the L shape here to leave an imprint on the other end when you're actually stretching over your material. All right, so like I said, very easy frame to build, not hard to do. All right, and if you have a bigger frame, you want to actually repeat the same process by taking 2 more of these and putting them in the center right there. Now, let me show you the material which we're using for the 4K Flex. So this is the material for the 4K Flex screens. right here. I know you guys were thinking, well, this screen is actually folded up and I thought it would come on a roll. Now this is different. This material is a lot different. Unlike this material right here, this material has a little stiffness to it, so you have two choices. You can fold it or you can basically glue it flat to a surface. This material, you cannot glue this flat to a surface. It was designed to be pulled. So it has a lot more give to it. So I'll put my knee here real quick. My knee hurts right there. Kind of got hurt yesterday. All right, so you can see right there where I have the wrinkle. All you would have to do is, I'm sorry, I'm going to put my foot here there instead. My knee is killing me. So if I have a wrinkle, sorry about that, in my screen, all I would have to do is just pull on this material, and this material will take the wrinkles clean out. I guess it's a four-way stretch material. So you can see right here, if I can get the camera strap out of the way, I'm going to disconnect this camera strap altogether. It's a bit of a stretch material, so there, right there, it's easy to remove any wrinkles or anything out of the screen because the material stretches. So it's a lot of pull to the screen. Sorry, I forgot the camera. Got the screen, screen did up into the camera. My bad. All right, so we're going to show you the performance of the screen surface right here. This is the new surface. Just to add, the older surface had a bit of a high crystal texture to it, so it gave off a lot of flicker. These screens actually are using a new kind of crystal that is completely invisible. It's there, it's just invisible. All right, so we're gonna check this out. You guys are gonna love this. All right, so we'll remove this. Let me do this little fast demonstration on Samsung. There's the new surface. There's our projector on the floor, which doesn't have a problem. And I've gotten emails from people who have short throw projectors, and the first thing they'll ask me is, can I use a short throw with my screen? Because a lot of the high-end screens on the market cannot be used with short throw. And as you see, these screens have a 0% crystal effect. See how the crystal effect is on here and not on here. Let me go back here a minute. Gotta be careful, my battery life is dying like really fast on my phone. Right, I need to pause that. I need to bring that back just a little bit. There we go. Now, because you can't see it. All right, so you can barely see it on this screen right here, but there is a crystal. You can see there's a crystal into the screen. And then when you come over here, you can see that you won't see hardly any crystal because the crystal is there. It's just invisible. So these screens don't have a little, there's crystals in there, but it's not noticeable. So just to put that in there really quick. Okay. There we go. Look how amazing that picture looks. Now the reason why I put this against the older screen, this is the older screen that we had. Now this screen is not made out of vinyl. Our first Surface was made out of vinyl, 16 ounce, and it was very hard for the customers to actually manipulate. This one is actually a very thin PVC, very breathable. The material that we have on the back of the screen, which is an older Surface, our first Surface was designed from PVC, but the material at that particular time was very expensive. We had to go with the 16 ounce vinyl, but now that we have a company now that we're working with that actually has the PVC, you can see the screens have a much better result than the older screens. Just wish I would have found that company a little sooner before we actually started coating the vinyl, but hey, you live and learn in business. Okay guys, well, I'm Kenneth Burr from Crystal Edge Technology Projection Screens using Smart Technology Gain. Our blackout cloth motorized screen 3D screens are available now on our website. We are working on a few interesting projects. We had the Total Eclipse coming out pretty soon. That's our jet black 120 and 16:9 projection screen motorized. We have the new surface right here, and this surface is going to be for a screen. Actually, this is a blackout cloth, and the blackout cloth right here, the flexible, is going to be called Crystal Edge Technology Flexible 4K. I'm going to be doing a demonstration on that. Now, mind you, this screen will only come in 2 colors. It will be available in the ultralight 3D, or the ultralight silver 3D, and a new color we have that we designed called Crystal 4K White, which is absolutely freaking amazing. You're gonna love that. All right, and I think that's basically about it. Oh yeah, I forgot. We have a 120-inch 16 by 9 do-it-yourself fixed projection screen, which will come with the frame, neon lights, the whole 9 yards. That will be launching pretty soon. All right, well, I'm Kenneth Burke from Crystal Edge Technology Projection Screens. I have to get back to work. I'd like to thank you all for watching. Sorry if I kind of rambled or ran over my words. I'm very, very tired. I have a lot on my plate, so as you can see by this is just the top area. You have no idea what's going on in the basement. The basement is a madhouse, but I'm getting it done. All right, well, y'all have